Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Where are we? We are in Amrutanubhava, chapter 7, verse number 73, and the last paragraph there. And there he said in the conclusion, and what are we doing here? We are denying ignorance. And Jnaneshwar Maharaj says, or our Swamiji says here, but Sant Jnaneshwara does not want that kind of acceptance which is born out of frustration and out of a sense of resignation to an overpowerful argument. Rejection of the world or of the word ignorance out of frustration will not endure. Discarding should result from wisdom. What is wisdom here, or what is frustration here? Frustration is you are trying to quieten your mind by twisting your body. That is frustration. You are trying to quieten your mind through pranayam. That is frustration. After some time, if you stop the pranayama comes back. You're trying to hold on to one thought, intensely focused on one thought alone, forcefully. Tapasya, we call it tapasya. We will not eat food so that our mind becomes weak and then we can focus on something higher. But how long will you remain without food? So no forcing, no uh, uh, no objective exercise is lasting. This is what the point. No objective exercise, whether it is at the sensory level, whether it is at the mental level, whether it is at the conceptual level, whether it is pranayam, whether it is tratak, whether it is deep contemplation, but objective, it will not last. It will give way to something else, or it may bring about a sense of calm, but the moment that calm is over, because the mind has not submerged completely like the salt in water, because there was some doership. I have to do it. I have to meditate. I have to do japa. I have to do pranayam. I have to withdraw. I have to. As long as this type of approach is there, it is objective approach. And objective approach is not wisdom. Now, what does that mean? Objective approach is not wisdom. Any approach which is at the level of thoughts is not wisdom. Intellectual conviction is not wisdom. You're understanding the subtle nuance here where we are going wrong? even intellectual conviction is not wisdom. Then what is wisdom? Wisdom is your nature. You focus, you be that, not focus, you be that. And the resultant will be the light of consciousness expressing through mind is wisdom. That mind expressing the words, they will be from the foundation of wisdom. See? And we, in our enthusiasm to be on the spiritual path, we again bring the same rules of engagement which we have been practicing in the daily world. We use the same rules of engagement in the spiritual realm also. We want to use the same rules of engagement. I have to do something, I must get some result, I must experience something. And we forget it's an experience-less experience, it's a knowing-less knowing. That we forget conveniently. Because default setting, no? We have practiced the objective approach from childhood till today. So it requires a different, a different, I can't even call it approach because you are that. But understand, wisdom is not gained through objective approach. This is what I want to, or Jnaneshwar Maharaj is trying to tell us. No amount of, does that mean that we should not do it? No, do it. Better than not doing. If it is naturally happening, it's good. But if you're forcefully getting involved in it, then it is a problem. That forceful involvement then will lead to forceful thoughts. Those forceful thoughts then will lead to some unwanted experience. We must glide. Every moment we must be in the self as the self. So here Jnaneshwar Maharaj says, Swamiji says, rejection of the world or of the word ignorance out of frustration will not endure. Acha, we accept that there is no ignorance. But did you understand? Is it out of wisdom or is it out of frustration? Because now we have covered how many pages? Quite a few pages only talking about ignorance. Until and unless you don't apply it on yourself, that I am not ignorant, I am of the nature of consciousness, till then this sentence will not make sense to us. Till then we are accepting with frustration. But when you understand that from sun's point of view, there is no darkness, from the consciousness that I am, from its standpoint, there is nothing called ignorance. There is only Satchidanand. There is only light, not the light like this sunlight or our bulb light. This is the Kshurasya Dhara. Are you objective or are you subjective? The wisdom can come only from deep study and ruthless analysis. And one thing more I will add to it. So we are not talking about not studying and not doing tapasya, but what is the analysis? That we are not looking for any conclusion. And analysis is in the the line of thinking is such that every sentence, every topic, every thought is reminding us or bringing us back to who we essentially are. Till this knack does not come about, till then you have to keep doing what you have to keep doing, the analysis, keep contemplating, keep analyzing. About what am I subjective or am I objective? Am I being or I am taking on a role of a thinker, role of a analyzer, role of a discriminator? These are all roles. Self doesn't do all this. And yet self is pervading all this. As a seeker, I'm talking. So it's a very, very fine dissection. And in that dissection, all you can remove, all you can separate is the objectivity. The subject cannot be removed. That we have to find, that we have to come to. And we are that subject. That wisdom can come only from deep study and ruthless analysis. Only then will it be firm and unshakable, capable of standing the depth and strength of inquiry. See? Then, एक हवा का झोंका आया, टूटा डाली से फूल. One waft of breeze comes and the flower falls from the plant. Are we like that? After the lecture, we open one YouTube channel and there he says, surrender to God, you have to do this, you have to do that, suddenly pranayam, yoga, and you get carried away by that. Are we someone like that? Or are we able to look at everything? Everything means everything. That is karma yoga, bhakti yoga, dhyana yoga, the individuality, the virtual, the illusory, the total, the mind, the unmanifest. All this is part of the creation only. Can we put them in proper place in our analysis? You can only put it in proper place if you are beyond and transcendental to this whole creation. Only from that position you can put it in proper place. If you accept yourself to be a part of the creation, you can never put creation in proper place. You will succumb to it. Just think coolly. Whenever there is a problem, don't we say, take a step back. Take a deep breath, relax, then look at it. Isn't it? Or if you are too stressed and something is too complicated, now take a break, go have a tea, then come back and then attempt that again, look at it again. Same thing. Get out of your mind. And then look at the mind. Acha, everything is in its place. Shaayad teri ki, chala. Tension ही नहीं कोई. There will be no one to say that, but I'm just saying it. Communicate तो करना है ना कुछ. This is called Sthanuni Khandana Nyaya, like a post that is fixed in the earth after repeatedly ramming stones and earth until the post is so firmly rooted that it will not yield to any attempt to shake it. This is like my fence post, I made a secondary fence because our actual fence was breaking down and it had bent. So me and my friend, we put 4 or 5 stakes and we put them almost 1.5 to 2 meter deep. 1.5 1 meter deep. Now, if I want to take that fence out, that stake will not come out. I don't know how to take it out because eventually I'll have to take it out. See? Same way, are we involved in the world in such a way that we are unable to take ourselves out of the world at a moment's notice? Are we able to drop the relationships? Are we able to drop the body? Are we able to drop the mind? Are we able to drop the issues of the world? Are we able to drop the memories? Are we able to drop the future plans and aspirations? At a moment's notice, are we able to? If you are not, then you have dug the stake deep into, I'm talking the other side. We have done that deep in the world. Now it is very difficult. You need a bulldozer to pull it out. So where have we invested? Have we invested in this deeply, emotionally, psychologically, physically, intellectually, that I am the body, I am the husband, wife, mother, daughter, sister, grandmother also? Huh? Have we invested so much that we are unable to drop it and sit in meditation? Then we have put the stake in the wrong place. But if we have contemplated, as told before, we have analyzed, we have contemplated, we have meditated subjectively, then the stake is in the self. We have invested in contemplation of the self. That will become our default. And nothing in this world, not our relations, not our possessions, not our body, not our disease, not our health, not hunger, thirst, whatever you can talk about this world, nothing will be able to shake you from who you are. Nobody can shake you from thinking that you are a woman or a man. You are completely established in that gender. You have got no doubt about it. Are we firmly established in the consciousness that we are? Not the virtual, not the illusory, but the absolute. Not even God. Leave him aside for a moment. या उसको ले लो, या ईश्वर अद्वैतवाद है तो ओके, गॉड कॉन्शियसनेस इज द सुप्रीम कॉन्शियसनेस, ही नोज इट, वो भी कर सकते हो. पर क्लैरिटी हो, देयर शुड बी क्लैरिटी. In the same way, scriptural study is not aimed at either proving Paramatma or disproving ignorance, but to arrive at such a position that having arrived there, nothing will create a doubt ever again. This is what we are saying all the time. We are not here to prove anything. You cannot prove Paramatma, because objective approach becomes null and void in front of Paramatma. And you cannot prove ignorance. Why? How can you prove something that which is not there? बेवकूफ हो गया? Are we stupid? Trying to prove that which is not. So both, Paramatma cannot be proved, reality cannot be proved, ignorance also cannot be proved. Then what do? Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Time pass, just do time pass, that's all. And therefore, scriptural study gives us the right angle of approach to everything. Understand this. It is not there to confuse us. It is not baal ki khal nikalna, it is not there to split the hair. We are the hypocrites. We are the infinite and living as individuals. We are the hypocrites. So scriptural study is not, we are not studying this text, we are not studying Bhagavad Gita or Upanishads to prove something. We are coming to the correct position of everything. Who am I? What is my correct position? Am I the virtual? Am I the illusory? Am I the total, or am I the actual? What is this world? Who is God? What is the relationship of mind with law, with the total God principle? What is my relationship with the world? What is the relationship between God and the world? And the last, what is the sadhana? What is the approach which is going to give me clarity? That's all. Clarity about my position. And for that, all these questions, these are the questions that need resolution. And what is resolution? Placement of everything in the right place. House looks nice when everything is in its place. You can navigate through it easily without any mishap. If you follow the rules of the road, then there is no accident. But you have to be alert. Same way, when we are talking about Jeev, Jagat, Ishwar and their relationship and our sadhana. Sadhana means negotiating through this Jeev, Jagat, Ishwar so that you come to transcend them and come to ascertain your correct position and their position. That's all. Does it mean that the Jeev, Jagat, Ishwar will vanish? No, it will not vanish. It will still be there. It will still be there. But now who are you in that equation? You are allowing the phenomena to do because you didn't create it. It's happening. The day will come, the night will come, the hunger will come, the old age will come, the disease will come. But you are not influenced by anything. You continue to maintain your position. What is that position? Satchidanandoham. In Kathopanishad language, Ashabdam, Asparsham, Arupam, Gandhavaccha. I am other than the five elements. Think. This is contemplation. In the same way, the scriptural study is not aimed at either proving Paramatma or disproving ignorance, but to arrive at such a position that having arrived there, nothing will create a doubt ever again. Then there are no cobwebs in the mind. Why? Mind is clear. You know what are cobwebs like? Confusions like? Attachments like? Fear like? It's like a clear mirror which has become not clear on account of dust or steam. Now what do you see? Instead of seeing clearly, you start seeing different forms. You look at yourself, but you are looking at yourself as something, one eye, one ear, one lip is missing, or only the eyebrows are seen, some ghostly thing. Is it there? No. So once we come to our essential nature, the mind is ever reflecting the absolute. This is only for language purpose I am using this sentence. Communication purpose. That mind is reflecting the infinite consciousness, the Chidabhas is getting reflected without any dirt on the mind. When that starts happening, such a person is a saint or a sage. If we take the funny caricature because which we have accepted ourselves to be through the dirt which is collected on the mind, what is that dirt? I am the senses, I was born, I am going to die, this world is before me, it will be there after me, why life is so difficult, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on. This is all the dirt. This is all the dirt. And when we look at ourselves through that dirt, naturally there will be fear. Naturally there will be no clarity because it is not clear. You are seeing through the objectivity which is dirt at yourself. Dekho. But to arrive at such a position that having arrived there, nothing will create a doubt ever again. This doubtless abidance in the self is spiritual realization. Coming to ascertain, I am other than transcendental to this mind is saying, I am other than transcendental to self-realization. Nothing is said, it just happens. Why? It is happening every moment. You are already self-realized according to Vedanta. Why only Vedanta? We have proved it also, even in this text. But you just said there is no, we are not here to prove anything. No, but we are here to ascertain that we have never gone out of existence and we never came into existence. Oh, we never came into existence and we are never gone out of existence. No, you are existence at itself. There is no coming and going. This is your true position. When we come to this disposition and are not swayed by any idea, any thought, any imagination, continuously abiding in that disposition as that here Swamiji is saying, this doubtless abidance in the self is self-realization. And this is what you are also experiencing. This will come in the next class, next verse. When you go to sleep, your mind is absolutely clear. No doubts, no convictions, no imaginations, no past, no future. You are one with yourself. You just don't know it, that's all. And therefore here he says, hence the inquiry continues to remove all possible doubts and weaknesses in knowledge. So we are not proving the Paramatman or the Atman. All we are doing is removing whatever is not self. That is discrimination, isn't it? Discrimination means separating the real versus the unreal, separating the constant versus the changing. So what is constant? I am. What is changing? All the doubts, all the objectivity, all the thoughts. So can I come to know this? No, you are already that. But I'm still addicted to doing something, including thinking. Then what do? Think. Think in this manner that all doubts are removed. When doubts are removed, meaning all thoughts are removed, there you are. Because you already are. Now it is becoming clear. That's all. Clarity is there. जे साये चिये चाडे डहुळी जे दुधाचे भांडे तै दिसे की विघडे तैसे हे पा. If one stirs milk to collect the upper layer of cream, will he ever be able to do it? Similarly, even if one inquires to any depth, one will never see the ignorance. Why? See. So here, I think we did this verse last time. If we are stirring the milk again and again on the stove, we'll never be able to get the cream. Cream will only come only when the milk is kept quiet. See. So what is here the cream is not taken as the realization. Here cream is taken as ignorance. All the dirt particles have come up. So if we keep stirring the mind in an objective way, never allowing it to become calm and steady, will the ignorance be removed? And what do? We come here to the satsang, or we sit in meditation and we become calm. That 10 minutes of calm or 5 minutes of calm or 1 hour of satsang, immediately after that, with renewed vigor, we start stirring, meaning getting involved in the world. So, as the days are going by, is the churning of the mind becoming less? Is the calmness of our being is increasing? Is the mind becoming more and more calm, or is it getting more and more anxious, more and more fearful, more and more attached, more and more? All this is stirring. As we are getting older, as with every passing day, are we becoming a more calm person, or are we becoming a more agitated person? Even if this we look at in our life, moment to moment basis, day to day, assess your day every day when you go to sleep. Was I a calmer person compared to yesterday? Then whatever correction is required after that assessment, make an affirmation and go to sleep. With every passing day, do I have more and more questions with no answers, or everything is getting resolved? I have come to understand there is nothing in this world can be ever resolved. सोल्यूशन आ गया एक ही बारी में. फिर क्या करना है? मस्ती करो, चाय पियो, क्रूज पे जाओ. फिर क्या करना है? टाइम पास, as our Swamiji says, life is a time pass. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Nothing to worry. Nothing to worry. Just by lip service to, I don't worry about anything. And inside there is a storm. Outside you are showing it. I don't worry. I don't care. And that hypocrisy will not work. It will only damage you further. If one wants to collect the cream from the milk, one should leave the boiled milk undisturbed for the cream to form and float. But if one goes on stirring the milk to find out where the cream is, the milk will never yield the cream. Where is the self? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Lage rahe. Oh, you're doing japa of who am I? Japa of who am I is stirring the mind. It will never, you will never realize the I. Then what has to be done? Because Raman Maharishi said, who am I? So I am also doing the same. But he kept quiet. Are you keeping quiet? He never did the japa of who am I. He asked once only. Someone keeps sending me SMSs from Tiruvannamalai that in presence of Raman Maharishi, this person went through this experience, that person went through this experience, and all the stories that go around. Fantastic, very nice. But how many times I can hear someone listen to or read someone else's experience? Oh, really? It happened like that? Some miracle happened, this happened, that happened. Sit quiet. Dive into Raman Maharishi. But if one goes on stirring the milk to find out where the cream is, meaning both ways you can take it. You can take cream as the ignorance, where the ignorance is. I have to remove the ignorance. Arey, how can you remove ignorance? Mind is ignorance, and you are stirring the mind and trying to find ignorance. Ignorance में ignorance को ढूंढ रहे हैं. In ignorance, you are searching for ignorance. Or I should put it, in the expression of ignorance, you are searching ignorance. Another way to put it, you are in the phenomena which does not exist. What is phenomena? That which is existing, appearing in its own absence. In that, you are searching for ignorance. What a stupid approach. Socho. And that is your mind. You have never seen your mind. And you are searching for ignorance. Arey, mind is ignorance. When our attention, no, you will say, oh, Ishwar Advayavad, everything is the divine consciousness. Now how come you are saying mind is ignorance? Good question. When mind is full of objectivity and that objectivity is taken as real, mind is ignorance. Mind without objectivity is pure consciousness. Now decide, where is your mind and how is your mind? Is it full of thoughts? Is your attention on the waves or is your attention on water? Are you being the wave or are you being the water? That's the difference. If your attention is on the churning, I have to find out, I have to search, who am I, where is God, who is this? If you do it in your own way, not according to the scriptures, then the waves will keep appearing on the ocean. There's no stopping. And every wave comes, you will be thrown this side, you will be thrown that side. You have to take the chill pill. sit down, dive deep into the ocean, and you will come to realize, because you are only on the surface. Once you dive down, even if you dive down 10 feet under the water, you look up, you can't see any waves. Go and do this experiment in swimming pool. Or come to Numia and we'll do it there. When we do snorkeling or scuba diving there. Look up. Arey, I can't see any waves. Are the waves down there? No, down there is nothing. Pitch black. Up, there's light, but I can't see any waves. So when we are looking out, there is thoughts. When the mind is looking in, there is silence. And in that silence, you don't have to remove ignorance. Ignorance vanishes by itself. Because how can you establish ignorance as that which is not? In the same way, the moment the inquiry is conducted about the presence of ignorance in pure consciousness, the ignorance can never surface in the presence of divine consciousness. They talk about objectivity, talk about avidya, kama, karma, they talk about how the creation came into existence. All this becomes insignificant. But we must know the correct sequence. Then we can come back, then we can come to this true position. Just as you take a thorn, you have been pricked by a thorn, you take another thorn, you remove the thorn with which you are pricked and throw both of them away, isn't it? Oh, this thorn, he helped me to remove the one which I was pricked with. It is my darling, it is my dear one, it is my he is my helper. It is very divine. At the right time, it came into my vision. I'll carry him. Okay, he will also prick you in the pocket, from the pocket. Then you need another thorn to remove that thorn. This is what we do in objectivity. This is what is happening. Scriptural study means using the thoughts of the scriptures to remove all objective thoughts from the mind and come to that conscious silence. And just as from the sun's point of view, there is no light day or there is no night, there is no light and there is no darkness. Similarly, from pure consciousness point of view, there is nothing called knowledge or there is nothing called ignorance. You are knowledge incarnate. This we have to become, initially we have to be convinced that we are that. Then we are moving in the right direction. An example is given to emphasize this point. Na nani dharaya hati cheuni uthila zhadati te labhe ki thiti na sili hoya. Or if one wakes up quickly to catch the sleep, will it be possible or will he destroy the sleep? Okay, think. This example we have given you before. Remain awake when going to sleep and remain awake to the silent mind when you wake up. Another example, or if someone wants to catch sleep and therefore gets out of sleep, can he catch it? He can never do so, since he has already renounced the deep sleep state of consciousness. Can we catch sleep? Similarly, your example is taken of sleep to equate it with ignorance. Can we catch ignorance? No, we cannot catch ignorance. If you cannot catch ignorance, you cannot remove ignorance also. You cannot catch sleep, you cannot remove sleep. Once you are awake, now I want to go and catch sleep. You can't. But on the seat of meditation, when we are sitting, uh, again and again the sleep is coming and we wake up and again the sleep is that time you do try to catch it. Then you will become completely awake. So when this language is spoken, catch the sleep before going to sleep. Catch the point where the sleep begins. It's not that you're going to catch the sleep. Instead, you will find you are awake for whole night. So, pata nahi what Swamiji told us, we didn't even sleep the whole night. But mind is calm, mind is quiet. But at that time, if you start thinking, oh, what is this? Why am I not able to sleep? Why? I felt as if I was awake the whole night. Again, wrong way of your taking your experience. Instead of saying, hey, I did that, I was trying to catch sleep and I remained awake. Sleep never came. My observation is mind was quiet. I feel rested. I don't feel like I have to go back to sleep again. Good. But what do normally people do? Oh my God, I did not sleep all night. I was awake and ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं हुआ. I was not dreaming, but I was awake. I think I'm going to be very tired today. I think I'm going to be very tired today. हो गया, sabotage. Completely wrong approach. It's what is the dialogue that we are having with ourselves, with whatever is going on in our experience. Is it taking us to the self? Are we seeing everything happening from the unchanging principle point of view? Or we forget that and we take the relative position and again analyze the experience or analyze the moment based on default settings. That I am the body, I am the mind, I am a waker, I am the husband, wife, I am in the world. All these are default settings. One cannot catch sleep either while in deep sleep state or when out of it. In the former state, the experience is I know nothing. In the deep sleep, nobody says I am sleeping. Everyone says I had a good sleep only after waking up, not while they are sleeping. And what is that equal to? I had a good sleep. I had an undisturbed sleep. It is equal to I know nothing. There were no thoughts. There are no thoughts of this body. There are no thoughts of the five senses or this whole world. No thoughts of any type. Neither the waking thoughts nor the dream thoughts. Nor the thought that I am sleeping, which is equal to I know nothing. I know nothing. So one cannot catch sleep in that state of not knowing, and one wakes up, the sleep is already gone and therefore impossible to catch. You can, a very simple example, you can catch an object. I can catch the next object. Can I catch the space between the two objects? Huh? Think out of the box. You can think, you can catch some form. You can catch this form. But can you catch no form in between? Nahi na? Same way. What is deep sleep? It is no form. Can you catch it? But because you cannot catch it, does it mean you are not? If your attention is on ignorance, then Are yaar, I can't catch ignorance, then how will I remove it? Now what will happen to me? Again I will go back into hell. Blah 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 blah. मार लो अपने आप को, sabotage कर लो. Or instead positive approach. अरे mind is naturally empty and I still am. Story over. Nothing to do thereafter. Just be. In the same way, when one is rooted in ignorance and wants to know ignorance, it is not possible. So this unhealthy search, many students come and ask, Swamiji, what is Maya? What is absence? What is phenomena? You can only give examples like Jnaneshwar Maharaj is giving here. But because we have given examples, it is not equal to ignore. All examples are products of ignorance only, which means they are phenomena only. Only only the subjective approach will take us shift of our attention from seeking ignorance or seeking to remove ignorance or seeking to catch ignorance, or in other words, catch sleep, catch space, catch nothingness, catch absence. Because I have used these words doesn't mean that something like that is ever possible. Isn't it? So similarly, when scriptures say, contemplate on the self, you know contemplation only by way of thoughts. And thoughts cannot reach the self. Yeah, I understood. What did you understand? Contemplate on the self. Yeah, ऐसा dissection चाहिए. In the same way, when one is rooted in ignorance and wants to know ignorance, it is not possible. This is what Adi Shankaracharya says in Atma Bodha. The world which is full of attachments, aversions, etc. is like a dream. It appears to be real throughout the dream's duration, swakale, but when awake, when wisdom dawns, it appears unreal. So it will be with reference to the waking dream when we wake up to our own essential nature. In dream, can you wake up to your own essential nature? No. If you take dream, you can only wake up to the waking. But if you take waking also as a dream, then when you wake up, will you wake up in the dream or will you wake up? You'll wake up to what? You'll wake up to your own self. Then what is the status of the waking dream? Same as the dream. Now, don't get into, I just became a grandmother. Now what will happen? I think I will postpone realization for a few more years till I enjoy the childhood of my first grandchild. Don't do this. You can continue to enjoy and yet can continue to be enjoyed from the absolute standpoint rather than enjoyed from my grandchild standpoint. That is attachment, which will lead to infatuation. That will lead to entanglement. But if at any given moment you take the position of the absolute, of the pure consciousness that you are, you will see everything is you only. Then how can you get attached to anything? The dream which seems to be 100% real in the dream state of consciousness is totally rejected when that plane of consciousness is transcended. So also, when one is in Ajnana Avastha, ignorance cannot be established, and when one wakes up to his own essential nature, ignorance is not. Where are we talking right now? Where is this satsang going on? Where is this satsang going on? In relativity. One mind is communicating to another mind. If you believe that Swamiji is speaking to us, that I am in a satsang, and you lose the plot, all this is a divine play. It's one alone playing the role of the teacher and one alone playing the role of the taught. फिर तो फंस गए. Then you're caught up. When one wakes up to his own essential nature, ignorance is not. Thus, from any angle, ignorance cannot be established. So, is it that there is a student and a teacher? Is it that there is day and night? Is it there is in house space and a total space? Is it that there is oceanic waters and wave waters? Is it that there is the necklace gold which is different to the bracelet gold? Is it? Is the fire in one wood different to the fire in the other wood? Is the consciousness in you and the consciousness in others separate to the consciousness? Why only consciousness? Is the mind in you and the mind in others separate? Is the air that you are breathing and the air others are breathing, is it separate? Our attention must go to the common principle. When our attention is of common principle, ignorance vanishes. Ignorance expresses as differences, doubts, sense of otherness, duality. Duality is phenomena. We cannot stop it. We saw that in the first chapter, Shiva Shakti, that Paramashiva alone expresses as Shiva Shakti. You cannot stop the day and night from not appearing. It is eternal. Till sun is there, day and night will keep coming and going. But we have to ascertain the correct position. Am I dependent on the sun? Am I dependent on the night? Or am I transcendental to both? If our understanding is clear that sun is unaffected by the day and night, yet supporting day and night, And without the sun, day and night cannot express. Similarly, you ascertain about yourself, I am that which is supporting the waking dreamer and sleep. Without me, the untouched principle, like the sun, the waker, dreamer, sleeper, with their waking world, dream world, and no world, they cannot express. And at this moment, if I have taken a position of the waker and I am in a satsang, while listening to these words, if I am not able to appreciate that position from where waker with the waking world, dreamer with the dream world, and the absence of the two are just phenomenal, and it has clicked to you that it is phenomenal, and yet after satsang I again dive into the waking world with full of zest, full of attachment, full of infatuation, full of I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to achieve this, I have to achieve that. What are we achieving then? On one hand, in satsang we are very clear. And then you say, but it automatically happens. How do I remove it? How do I remove this pull into the world? How do I remove this waking dream and deep sleep, which are impediments in my realization? Can you remove day and night? No. Can you remove waking dream and deep sleep? No. A wrong approach. Then what I have to do? Just be. Be the witness. Witness, who is witness of these three? Is silent. When can you be silent? In deep sleep you are silent, but you don't know it. In dream you can never be silent because it's too fast. In waking you can bring yourself to being silent, because waking is the sattvic state. Bring yourself. Where you are silent, there and then all disturbances will leave you. Dekho. This important point brought out in all these thoughts is that the only way one can get out of the commotion is to change the angle of vision from one of ignorance to that of wisdom. What is the angle of vision? This, what I have been explaining, is angle of vision. Taking the position, the overseer, the knower of waking, dream and deep sleep coming and going. This is a penultimate step. This is, if you are still in the world, take this step, it will be beneficial. But don't forget, from sun's point of view, there is nothing called day and night. From the self's point of view, there is nothing called waker, dreamer, sleeper. Now where do I go? See? So then, what is this step where we are saying that you take that position where you are sakshi, you are the witness of waking, dream and deep sleep? This is relatively. That is the maximum you can go to. And when you come to realize that the waking, dream and deep sleep is just a phenomena, then naturally the question will come, who am I? Who is this witness? And the moment, it's only one moment, one flash. But for that, this objective that I am observing the waking, dream and deep sleep, if you keep observing them, one day one of them will catch you because you are giving them value and attention. But if you are looking at them at that very moment, अरे यार ये तो phenomena है, इसमें फंसने का क्या, what this is a phenomena, what can I do about it? Nothing. They are appearing and disappearing. Then question, immediately the question should be, oh, then there is nothing. No. Then who am I? And now don't be fixated on the question, who am I? Instead, where is that question? Why am I even asking that question? Don't I know who I am? Oh, I am the one who's observing waking, dream, and deep sleep. But if when they are not, am I still not? And suddenly, by grace, the abidance happens. In other words, you become one with the sun. In the relative, from the sun's point of view, no day and night. When you abide in the self as the self, then there is no waking, dream, deep sleep. No, what is waking, dream, and deep sleep? Ignorance. Expression of ignorance. Then your position and Ishvara's position is one and the same. Ishvara is the master of his phenomena, his Shakti. You are also master of your phenomena, the mind. How you became the master? By not succumbing, by not giving too much value. And once you have established yourself, again and again, not again and again, once only it has to click. Phenomena will continue. Then what is that phenomena? Then it is not called ignorance once you know yourself. Because from self point of view, there is no ignorance, no? Then what is it called? It is called Leela. Then it is called the sport of the divine. देखो. So, at any given moment, at this moment, where are you sitting? Are you sitting as a student? Are you sitting as a virtual, the grandmother, the mother, the daughter, the sister, the wife? Or are you sitting as a illusory, I am a jiva, I am a student, I am a sincere student, I am a seeker? This is jiva only. Have you taken the position of being the witness? Nahi, let Swamiji speak whatever he is speaking. It's all phenomena. How does it matter? I am only the witness. Nothing is going to touch me. Or we are sitting in the position that every now and then, when I took the example of waking, dream, and deep sleep, you take the position that, yeah, everything is just taking place. I am the one who is untouched by all the three states. But still, when I'm talking about I'm untouched by the three states, there is still duality. I'm still looking outwards. And once it clicks that these three are phenomenal, means they are appearing in their own absence, you did not create it, you did not maintain it, you did not destroy it, it's just happening. You are the constant one. Then the mind will be absorbed. At that instant, you will be who you are. Even at this moment, it is possible. one can get out of the commotion is to change the angle of vision from one of ignorance to that of wisdom. This is spiritual sadhana, the readiness and ability to change the point from which one views the world. From which point? If I'm choosing to look at the world from a virtual standpoint, it's only attachment and infatuation and possessiveness. If I look at the world from the jiva point of view, then punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. This life, then there is next life. ठीक है. But if I take the position of the absolute, I alone am, where there is no attachment, there is no infatuation, there is no entanglement, there is no rebirth. I am the continuous principle. This is wisdom. And where this wisdom dawns, there the phenomena, which is nothing but ignorance. And when we talk about phenomena or ignorance, means manifestation and unmanifestation. It's not able to influence. It's not able to create a reaction. So this is the sadhana. Continuously assessing ourselves. Have we grown? Have we become silent? Are we taking the position of all inclusiveness? We keep saying this somewhere in Panchadashi, I think it came. Accept everything, reject nothing, retain nothing. Retention means creating a memory. No memory creation. And memory only gets created when we interact with something very intensely, emotionally. Then memory is created. Right now, whatever is in the room is not creating a memory in your mind. Right now, whatever words are coming to you, if you are silently listening, they are doing whatever they have to do, the angle of approach that you take, but there is no memory of it is created. But we will, oh my God, what was that? Can you Swamiji please repeat it again? I want to write it down. Or in your own mind, this dialogue is going on. Oh, I must listen to it again. I think I missed out something that was so important. So important. I cannot live without you. I hate that person. I'm very focused on my realization. Attachment. Realization is, you are attached to realization. At least better than something else. So in the end, in deep sleep cannot be comprehended. In the waking state also, the sleep cannot be comprehended because there is no sleep. The point made is that the deep sleep as well as the waking states are because of me. I told you this already. The sun is saying the day and night are because of me. I am not because of them. I support the appearance and disappearance of the waking of the day and the night, but I don't become day and night. I'm transcendental to day and night. I support the appearance and disappearance of waking, dream and deep sleep, the manifestation and unmanifestation of the mind, but I don't become the mind. The point made is that the deep sleep as well as the waking states are because of me. Therefore, this I, the pure consciousness, is the reality and not the deep sleep or the dream, or nor the waking state. Yeah, I didn't even read it. We already covered this point, isn't it? It's a natural progression when you start contemplating in that manner. So if you are considering at this moment that you are the waker, gone the wrong way. You have taken the wrong position. If you have taken the position, I am the eternal one, this drama of student and teacher is going, and studying of scriptures is going on in the waking. Acha, what's next? First, the drama of dream came and went. Few hours ago, sleep came and went. Now, this drama is going on. Better drama. Therefore, the world is not born out of ignorance. It is neither delusion nor illusion. The world is the Lord's vibhuti, the glory. See here, in Ishvara Advayavad, as compared to Shankaracharya's analysis, there when we say that the whole creation came out of ignorance or Maya, and it is Trigunatmika and blah blah blah, and then we have to reject the Maya in order to realize the truth. Here the approach is very different. Here it is saying, therefore the world is born. Therefore the world is born out of ignorance. It is neither delusion nor illusion. Delusion means what? I'm asking. Remember what is delusion? Delusion is equal to non-apprehension, is equal to self-forgetfulness. And in the Vedanta Shastra, it is said, because we have forgotten ourselves, therefore we have got attached to the projection, which is this world. But have we forgotten ourselves? Ask yourself sincerely. Can we ever forget ourselves? Can we ever forget that we are conscious? Even in deep sleep, when there is no thought, still we know we are there as the observer. Because waker cannot go into deep sleep and say that I had a good sleep. But in the waking plane, we do say, I had a good sleep. Where was the observation that there was a thought-free period at night which is called sleep? Who was observing that? It was not the dreamer, it was not the waker. Then there must be someone. Is that someone other than you? No. See? Correct ascertainment of who we are. So there is neither delusion nor illusion. There is neither forgetfulness nor projection. Illusion is projection. So there is neither ocean nor wave. When we say delusion is the cause, delusion meaning ignorance is the cause, and projection or illusion, the world is the effect. In Panchadashi, in Bhashya, we see it that way, only to be refuted later on. But it begins in that manner. But in Ishwar Advayavad, whether it is ocean or whether it is wave or whether it is many oceans or many waves, water is always. Water is always. So here That water, here he says, what is that? The world is the Lord's vibhuti. So we take the entire expression, we take the entire variety as the vibhuti of the Lord. We take the entire ornaments as the vibhuti, as the expression, as the playful sport of the gold. We take the entire waves as the vibhuti or the expression or the sport of the ocean. Do we take that? The entire vibhuti or the expression or the entire world as the vibhuti of the Lord? Do we take it that way? Or do we compete with it, we compare with it, ourselves with it, or we reject it, or we accept it, or we get attached with it, or we possess it, or we get entangled in it? See, if you take vibhuti, then it is wonderful, just play. That playful will not happen because you are, no, this world is vibhuti, I have to play, I have to play, I have to play. No. When we are subjective, from that point, otherwise, if we take the world now, this is a game. But somewhere you will become serious about it. And you will get caught up. It's not outside in approach, it's inside out approach. Be the self and look at the whole thing as the vibhuti of the self. Or here we don't want to use the vibhuti of the self, vibhuti of the Lord. Total self is called the Lord. Absolute self is called the Paramatma. Witnessing self is the Atma. Identified self is the Jivatma, the soul or the individual. And individual soul imagining himself with reference to the others is the virtual one. Father, mother, daughter, sister. Kitna phas gaye. Correct position of every place. Of where you are. Of this consciousness. Correct position of consciousness that I am. And if you're listening, after listening now, write it down in your own words. From individual standpoint, self is equal to so. From a total self that from the self that I am, is it total? Yes. How? Write it down. That same self, what is it called? Individual self. Oh, individual self identified with one body is individual self. Then what are the roles that I am playing? Oh, individual self identified with other bodies is the virtual self. Oh man. Now decide, you want the red pill or the blue pill, like in Matrix, and remove the complete matrix from your mind. Or see the matrix that Neo in the movie, he stops fighting Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith puts his hand into the heart of the Neo, and the Neo is turning into black. Black means darkness, ignorance. And he's unable to, he's resisting, reacting. Reaction is resistance. And in that resistance, the darkness, that is Mr. Smith, that is ignorance, is gaining more and more influence. And then at one point, he gives up. He says, no point. Suddenly he remembers, why am I resisting? He stops. The moment he stops, he is of the nature of light. Who he is Neo is conscious. Mr. Smith is machine. Machine means just a thought. Neo is the consciousness. The moment he stops resisting the thoughts, working out, trying to think why this is happening, why am I getting influenced, why am I not able to, meaning he stops resisting it. Suddenly the light of consciousness starts spreading, and every Mr. Smith becomes of the nature of light. Spontaneously, everyone, in one blast. Same thing happens. If that is the movie, same thing happens. In one go, you suddenly wake up out of the darkness of the deep sleep. Same way, when you are in a satsang or when you are in meditation, the moment you come out of meditation, everything is just perfect for few moments. How can we make it perfect for eternally? In that meditation, the mind is washed with silence. In that silence, the mind is washed with consciousness. It is the consciousness, but only for a temporary period. Still, the data, the samskaras, the dirt on the mind has not got completely removed or transformed. It requires the blast. You have to completely abide in it. And once that is done, just like every Smith became Neo of the nature of light, then phenomena is also of the nature of light. The self is also nothing but the self. I began in today's meditation that when you touch the statue, even though it is outside of you, that statue is existing. You are existing. When existence meets existence, that is devotion or that is realization. But we go there, oh, Bhagwan, please bless me, please get my daughter married, keep my health proper, please make all the planets be blessing, having a blessing disposition towards me, keep Shani Shant. Went to someone's kid, our both's grandchild, went day before yesterday, I think. And I gave her the mala, Navagraha mala. And what's the thought? I said, I am giving this mala not to protect you. I am giving this mala to make you recognize that you are the master. You keep the planets, the 9 planets around your neck as a playful thing. And he smiled. See, as if he understood. See? Angle of approach. Angle of approach will depend where you are sitting in yourself. As the virtual, as the individual, as the witness, as the total, or as the absolute. Just concluding quickly. The world is the Lord's vibhuti, His glory. In this one without a second principle, ekam eva advitiyam, there is no knower known, knowledge, separation. The Shuddha Aham is the only reality. Vedaishcha sarva hameva ved, क्या है? Vedaishcha sarvai ahameva vedaha. Other than I, nothing else is. This comes in the 15th, our 15th chapter, which we chant. And in this way, keep contemplating, and in this manner, not in the manner freewheeling mind. Whatever comes, I take that. No, 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 no. It must be systematic in this manner. And here we have an opportunity where uh, we are listening to the words of a realized master, Jnaneshwar Maharaj, and it is his exposition. He is trying to put words or give words to that which is beyond words. We are truly blessed. And commentary of our Swamiji on it, which is absolutely exemplary. It is exemplary as long as we apply it on ourselves. Be subjective. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Sit quietly for a moment. Hari Om, everyone.